Hello, welcome back. Did you know there are 3 types of dry dog food? Don't be ridiculous, I can hear you yelling at your screen. There's literally 1,000 different types out there. When was the last time you visited a pet store, you crazy lady? Nope, there are only 3 types of dry dog food. So today I'll explain this to you so you can make the best choice about what's best for you, your dog, and most importantly, your budget. I am asked this question constantly. Which dry dog food do you recommend? Well, that's a very tricky question to answer. For those who know me, know not to ask this question at all. I usually skirt around the answer. Then, inevitably, the next question will always be, so what do you feed your dogs? And my answer to this is, all my dogs are fed a species-appropriate diet. And then the third question is, oh, so you feed dog food? Which one's best for my dog? Stick with me. Your dog and your wallet will thank you. Don't forget to like and subscribe our channel. It really helps us create this content for you. If you've got any comments, please paste them below, or any suggestions for any other videos you'd like to see on topics that you are interested in. So, to answer this burning question, I reached out to my friend Google. I scanned the first 20 suggestions served to me, all different brands and products. All of them claimed to be the very, very best options for my dogs. All promised my dogs would love the taste and that their products were all he would ever need to eat. How incredibly confusing. I understand why everyone asks me this. No wonder this is the most common question people ask me, because there is so much marketing, so many claims and promises that make it virtually impossible for you to cut through all of that noise and make an informed choice. Well, I'm not going to recommend my top brand picks for you today in this video based on quality ingredients, sustainably sourced or minimally processed dry foods here. I have listed these out in our blog. Check out the link below after this video for names and specific brands. Today, I'll simply explain what the 3 types of dry dog food categories are and do some cost comparisons for you. Well, because quality products made from premium quality ingredients are always going to be more expensive than the poorer quality ingredient products made from cheaper ingredients. Our picks of dry dog food range from $100 a kilo right down to $16 a kilo. Check out the blog for the products and their links below. Just to be clear, the blog on the website is not sponsored by any company or brand. It is not a paid list and there are no affiliate links. It's just my educated opinion. Hence, no brands here today. So, the first category, category 1, freeze-dried dog food. Freeze-dried food is made by removing moisture from the food in a freeze dryer, as the name suggests. The freeze dryer works by sucking the moisture out at a very, very cold temperature. In fact, it's really more of a vacuum process than a drying process. First, the food is frozen, so the water turns to ice. Then the vacuum chamber, the right combination of cold and pressure, turns the ice directly into water vapor or gas. This process removes all of the moisture, but the structure of the food remains intact. In other words, the food is still raw, but with one big difference, it almost has no moisture. Most freeze-dried dog foods show around 5 to 7% moisture content in the guaranteed analysis. That compares to 70% or more in raw food. For the most part, freeze-dried foods are very, very high quality and low in fat. Just as I mentioned, this is a great way to feed your dog a raw diet that is purchased in its dry state. The most important thing to note here is it needs to be reconstituted. That is, the water needs to be added back into the dry pieces and rehydrated before serving to your dogs. These products are really expensive in comparison to highly processed extruded kibble. They come in on an average of $60 to $100 a kilo. But 1 kilo of freeze-dried food rehydrated makes about 3 kilos of real raw food. If you're a raw feeder like we are, this style of dry food is fantastic to take with us camping, as it's light and shelf stable. The dogs get excellent nutrition on holiday without taking up our ski space. That means more space for my wine, which is very important. So, coming in at number 2 on the price scale and the quality scale. Category 2 is dehydrated dog food or air-dried dog food. The biggest difference is that when you buy freeze-dried foods, it's actually still raw. That is not really true of dehydrated or air-dried foods. Freeze drying may sound the same as air drying, drum drying, or dehydrating, but they're very different. The non-freeze drying technologies are similar ways of removing the moisture from food, but they all use heat. The manufacturers claim the food isn't technically cooked because they use low temperatures, but it does get slightly cooked. So the structure of the food changes and there is some nutrient loss. Dehydrated foods are still much better than extruded kibbles. They're less processed and cooked at lower temperatures, so they suffer less nutrient loss. If freeze-dried isn't in your budget, dehydrated or air-dried foods can be a decent option. Again, these products are expensive in comparison to highly processed extruded kibbles. They come in on average of around $50 to $90 a kilo. The most important thing to note here is it needs to be reconstituted as well, same as freeze-dried, and that the water needs to be added and the dry pieces are rehydrated before serving to your dogs. But note, 1 kilo of dehydrated dry dog food, when rehydrated, makes around the 3 kilo mark of raw food. Another great option for those road trips or for all the raw feeders out there like us. And the last category, category 3, ultra-processed extruded kibble. This style of food production uses predominantly carbohydrates in some form or another. Yep, grain-free kibble uses carbohydrates too, to make up the majority of the ingredients. The mix of cheap carbohydrates, low-quality meat meals, and meat digest that's ground into a mushy paste and then extruded into nugget shapes we recognise as dog food. They're then cooked at incredibly high temperatures to kill pathogens and bacteria. Due to the low-quality ingredients and the high heat processing, almost all nutrition is lost. The final step of production in this style of food is the spraying of synthetic vitamins and minerals and oils over the top of the dry kibble. This ensures your dog will be getting enough vitamins and minerals to survive. It's interesting to point out here that prescription diets fall into this category and contain the same ingredients for the most part as the bags of discount dry kibble you will find in your supermarket. Cost comparison, $10 a kilo to $20 a kilo. So, in comparison, prescription diet kibble, fun fact, comes in at a whopping $80 to $120 per kilo. Same ingredients, but a huge price difference. But that's a topic for another day. Okay, so there you have it. I wasn't lying. The 3 types of dry dog food available to you. So how do you make the best choice for you and your dog and your budget? Price plays a big role here, and obviously your dog's taste preferences do as well. Look, dry food, I get it. It's so easy and so convenient. If your budget is tight, and let's face it, most of ours are, there are so many fantastic foods you can add to really boost even the cheapest bowl of kibble, ensuring your dog is healthy and gets the best nutritional possible. Check out this video to learn how to boost their bowl for literally cents a day. You will be surprised. There's a link below as well.